Good morning, everybody. Pastor Tim here again. It's Tuesday, May 5th. So happy May. Wanted to share just a couple verses this morning and give y'all some encouragement for the day, a word for the day. So I was reading in my quiet time this morning, and I happen to be reading Psalm 62 today. And it was really, the psalm is about trusting in God. It's David wrote it, and the part that really jumped out at me, gave me some encouragement that I wanted to share, was really the first two verses. So let me just read them to you. It says, I am at rest in God alone. My salvation comes from Him. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my stronghold. I will never be shaken. The word of the Lord. Amen. You know, I think it's crucial in this time that we remember that He is our salvation, that He is our rock, that He is our stronghold. You know, in these uncertain times, and I know I keep talking about these uncertain times, but I mean, let's face it, we're still in the midst of uncertain times, and you know, the question is, when are we going to be able to get out of our house, and when are we going to be able to meet again, and when is life going to get back to normal, and how much longer can we take this? Fear and anxiety has a tendency to build. But we need to constantly remind ourselves and each other, right? We need to share this with each other. We need to remind each other. We need to remind our family, our friends, our colleagues, our acquaintances that there's no better place in this time than to turn to God. He is our salvation. He will see us through this. I was reminded last night about the plagues of Egypt. And I can't help but wonder, the person who reminded me of this couldn't help but wonder if there's something more to this COVID pandemic. And I don't know. I know we're getting closer to the end times. I know that the end is closer today than it was when I was born. But it kind of has that feeling. Which makes it all the more important and all the more crucial that we turn to God. That we remember and remind each other and encourage one another to daily, hourly, minutely turn to Him, for He is our salvation. And we need to share that. We need to share that with anyone and everyone that will listen. That salvation is in God and Jesus alone. It's interesting, the last two verses of Psalm 62. I wasn't planning on talking about this, but the last two verses of Psalm 62, David writes, God has spoken once, I have heard this twice. Strength belongs to God, and faithful love belongs to you, Lord, for you repay each according to his works. And that's where it's at. You know, we want to make sure that our works, that God is working through us, through his strength, are turning to him, are seeking his face, are sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ. So those are some thoughts for the day. I pray that God's blessing be upon you, and that you have as good a day as you possibly can. God bless. We'll see you next time.